This is going to be a 2250 Sigma. Let me make sure that I actually know that this is the right Sigma. I want to make sure that I'm not screwing around on here. Reality Jinx. Okay, good. There is a helicopter outside, and I'm about to sneeze. Oh, it's like right here. Oh, it's making my eyes water. Oh. Okay, the sneeze did not happen. That's the worst. Oh my god, my eyes are watering. Okay. Okay, Raider. That sounds good. So since Raider, we're saving Raider for a day when I have quality options, Kitty, I'm going to move you up if that's cool. Which means, Kitty, if we can do you this morning, it'll be in like 50 minutes, if that's okay. I'll ask you again then, just in case you're like all tabbed or something. Okay. Oh, okay. Nice. You're yelling, Manu, too. It's all good. I tried to sneeze. I tried. I'm 23andMe has the exact word for it, but there are people who, when they look into the sun, it can trigger a sneeze. It's like photo something something something. I'm one of those people. I'm very lucky. I can trigger sneezes by looking into the sun. Okay. Photo something 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 something. Photo reactionary blah blah blah. No, it's close. Let me see. You're out of here, Magic. Don't leave me. Photo something reaction to sneezing looking at sun. Google's gonna tell me. Photic sneeze reflex. The photic, P-H-O-T-I-C. Photic sneeze reflex. Cool. Okay. Magic, don't leave me, my man. I miss you. You did, Bomber? Very sweet. Alright, guys, we're gonna hop in. 2250 SR. This is Reality Jinx. This is a console VOD for Sigma. I will say, though, that the one cool thing about Sigma for console VODs, same with Reinhardt and stuff, is that the advice is the same across PC and console. I will tell you right here at the outset that if you're looking for somebody to watch on Twitch, looking for somebody to mirror your playstyle, this is for all console players. If you use controllers, the Twitch streamer you're looking for is Joystick. He plays Overwatch. He's a top 250 player on PC, but he uses, I think, an Xbox controller. It's either an Xbox or a PlayStation controller. His goal is to be the best controller player in the world. So if you're looking to learn how to make tanks work at the highest of levels on a controller, he's your guy. That you really, literally can't get anyone better than that. Oh, you have a scrim. Okay. What's up, Kathy? You got those wings? Nice. Alright, guys. Here we go. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Happy Saturday, everybody. Let's check out some Sigma here. Some Sigma gameplay. Razor Wolverine Ultimate. Oh, okay, that's what he uses. You got a little bit of controller drift here. Hold on. This is like a loud track. There. We're vibing. You can hear me. Nice. Kathy, now you're a flying Pikachu. Hopefully Dragonite is not jealous. Okay, so I like... Number one, I like that you're here so that you can spam the enemy team. That's what you want to do. You want to spam them, but you're standing in the wrong spot. And I always harp on positioning because I think everything in this game funnels out of positioning. Like, good positioning allows you to play the game properly. But if you're looking for positioning, I'm going to turn on my Epic Pen. I should have had this going beforehand. Check this out. Reality Jinx, this is going to help out a little bit here, okay? So I'm gonna get my drawing on, my Bob Ross going here. We're gonna Bob Ross it up today, guys. You ready for this? Make sure my filter's good. Good. Nice. We're Bob Rossing it up. Wait. There we go. Yes. Okay. So, my man, you are standing here. Oh, the whole thing is messed up. Oh, I blame words on stream. Okay, let's see if this actually... Okay, good. It's exactly where I'm drawing. Nice. Good, good, good. Okay, I can erase it. Okay, my man, you're standing here, right? That's okay, but that's just like way too far from this position. So where you want to stand here, just at all times, my man, don't as Sigma, don't cross this line. You want to stand right here. Stand right here, spam here. And that's pretty much how Sigma rolls here. If you stand anywhere forward, you die. I also don't, I mean, this is where you want to stand, but it's also a risky position. When you back up from here, you go this way. And you go down. You play down here in the shade, and then you go down. The reason why you go down here and not left here is because if you go left here, you're even further exposed to the enemies flanking in, right? So this is not where you want to be. This is a death position, and I think you actually get hooked and you die here. We just got to play further back and allow the geometry to block damage for you. I'm no Bob Ross. No, I'm not. Dear God. No, I'm not. There you go.
No, that wasn't approaching.
Standing too far forward. Got you killed. I should sell positioning flashcards. Are you standing in the right spot? No. That's weird, man. You too. I do not know why. What's up, Red Leader? Yeah, you died there. Oh, that's okay. You just ran into the fight. The fight was already lost. I think once you died, the fight was pretty much lost. So now, since you got bad spawn, what your team should be doing, your entire team, you guys, if you're playing this map and your team gets bad spawns, which is what's happening here, you just all want to group up in one spot, and that spot's right here. You just want to group up here. If you spawned in this other spawn, the first spawn, you walk across bridge and you come this way. If you spawn in the new spawn, you just come out that way, right? And you meet here. You just wait for all 6. And then what you do after that is you take castle. Right? You post up here, and you post up here. You take castle, you take high ground. Defend the area for your team. You did, Red Leader. Congrats, my man. Nicely done. Halfway to plat. Yo, way to go. Way to go. Oh, Hazen. Give yourself time, okay? It just takes time. You'll get there. Now, I want to see another Dragonite emote, Kathy. I feel that Pikachu may be getting... Nice rock. That was a great rock angle. Yeah. Yeah, see? So the issue here, I can already tell you what's going on. You guys are playing low ground. Excuse me. I inhaled last night, so my voice is going to be a little dark today. I feel great though. Lakers got the dub. Okay. You're playing on the low ground. It's going to make decisions for you really difficult. Do you use your shield to block high ground? Do you use your shield to block low ground? What do you do? Both are equally as important. But if you just play high ground, the decision is made for you. You've won over high ground. You don't need to block high ground. You can just block low ground from high ground. Plus, it's easier for you to shoot around the shield. So this is a map specific tip. It's not that you're playing poor. It's not that you're playing poorly. It's just that this is just a bad position for Sigma. You 100%, your whole team wants to be here. This is where your whole team needs to be. If they've captured point 1 and you're playing point 2 defense, your whole team needs to be here. This is the space you need to control. You need to be on high ground here, completely on high ground. And the thing is, and you're like, okay, well then how do we stop cart? So the thing is, my man, stopping the cart here doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all. It's not important. What's important is winning the fight. Why is that important in Overwatch, guys, versus stalling a cart? So when you kill the enemy team and they don't touch the cart actually goes backward, right? It goes backward. So any kind of cart push that they get is negated by the fact that they die. So it's more important for you to win the fight than it is to actually defend the cart here. And you guys are playing as if you're defending the cart. Also, by choosing to play on the ground in this position, you've completely forfeited the fight you could have had here. You've allowed them to effectively win this fight without any kind of struggle at all. So if you want to check out this map, you want to see how the fights are broken down. If your team is quick and communicative at the highest levels, this is how this map always unfolds. The first fight is over here on the left side of the gate, because the gate is like it's like locked in this motion. It's this animation, right? So if you lose this fight, it doesn't matter. The team just comes back out and fights again, and you're good to go. So that's always fight number one. Here, I'll redraw it. Fight 1 is here. Fight 2 is here. Okay. Fight 3 is usually around in this area, and fight 4 is usually here. So this is where this happens. But by posting up in area 3, you've let them win that fight, and you've let them win this fight without doing anything. You've let them win 2 fights in a row without putting up any kind of defense here. And the way you gain access to these fights is by grouping up here and playing high ground castle. That's how you do it. You kind of need a Lucio to make this one happen, or if you're just fast enough and quick enough with like a ball player or something. So don't worry too much about missing this one, but you don't want to miss this one. This is a mistake to miss. That's bad, bad, bad. Thank you, Kathy. Yep, Chuck. If he goes to high ground, he probably goes alone. That's true. You got to ask your team. You got to tell your team. Yeah, I used to be very like cart push is king, but it's not. Winning fights is more important than cart push. Literally, like, the chief reason why fights happen around carts is because cart heals the team on offense. That's why they want to play on cart, because it's like a mini Lucio. Of course you want to play around that, right? For healing. Oh my god, you know what that makes me think? This just occurred to me. You guys, you saw BlizzCon, right? And they said that all healers are going to get potentially passive healing. That completely negates the idea of fighting around cart. Offense only ever fights around the cart for the healing, not for the cart push, because cart push you get when fights are over. So if healers have healing now, there's like no incentive to play around the cart. Okay. Okay, I just thought about that. That's sad. Interesting. 100 SR daily, damn, dude. Okay, this is very close. You're playing very close, and they have a Roadhog, bro. They can hook you. He's gonna play here. He wants to hook you to death. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna teach you some really intense Sigma tech. Are you ready for this? Everybody out there, check this out. So this is gonna inform people who want to play better against Sigma, or people who want to play better as Sigma. Okay. This is some pretty cool tech. Now, all you got to look for, right here. The thing down at the bottom of your screen in the center, you have ultimate, okay? You've got flux. I call it lift because I'm lazy. It's flux, okay? Gravitic flux. Now, gravitic flux, when you have access to gravitic flux on Sigma, it completely changes the way you play. Now, what does that mean? I'll break it down here visually. I've only done this once. But this is going to be pretty cool. You ready for this? It's coming from someone who's played Sigma a lot. Okay, so there are no-no zones and there are yes-yes zones. First of all, you guys really shouldn't be here, but now that you're here, I'll break it down. You do not want to play... You do not want to play anywhere here. This is all a no-no zone. This is all a no-no zone. Why is this a no-no zone? This entire zone, when Hog stands right here, he has access to this entire area with hook. And if he hooks you, he drops you off, he kills you. So this is an area you don't want to play in. And the reason why it dips right here is because you can actually use this to block. So this is kind of an okay space, but when you back up, definitely go this way and then back up here. Because he can hook you across, right? And then drop you. So you have to like play outside here. If you play here or here, you get hooked, you die. Not fun. Now, let's take Sigma to the next level. Understand that players in this game are going to want to get environmental eliminations on you. It's always fun. It's really easy to kill people. You get a lot of ultimate really quickly. It's pretty flashy. So Roadhogs are going to look for this hook. Lucios are going to come from high ground up here and then boop you. Pharaohs are going to come from up here and boop you. All sorts of crap. They're gonna shove you down here. Now, if you're playing as Sigma, you want to stay out of the no-no zone, unless you have gravitic flux. If you have gravitic flux, this no-no zone is completely gone. You have access to the entire map. Now, what does that mean for your gameplay? Now, why does gravitic flux mean you can play in the no-no zones? Well, if you're thrown off the map, you can just press Q and float up and you're safe. It's like a movie, like you jumped onto a helicopter, like not a helicopter, but like a floating X-jet or something that saved you from falling out of a skyscraper, right? Same concept. You can just float and you're fine. Now, what that means for you as a Sigma player is you have greater access to the map. You can do riskier moves because you're not going to die from being thrown off. What it also does is it allows you to bait out specific maneuvers from people. So right here, a lot of the gameplay in this bridge is going to be based around trying to boot people off, like from Lucio's, from hooks. This Arissa's going to try to suck you off. That's just the way that it works. You can make them waste cooldowns on you. You can play aggressively and they'll try to go for those kills. They'll be more inclined to go for eliminations by dropping you rather than actually hooking you in and killing you. So Roadhog is going to probably play in this area and Arissa is going to be looking to drop you off the edge. And what that means for you is you can exploit their positioning more effectively and your team can exploit the positioning more effectively as well. Now what that means if you're playing into a Sigma is notice his positioning. If he's very aware and he knows that gravitic flux is going to save him from environmental eliminations, watch where he plays. If he plays toward the edges, maybe he has flux. If he doesn't, punish. So there you go. When you have flux, you have access to more access to the map. If you don't, you got to stay away from the edges because that's where you die. That's where you die. Yeah, spaces because it's console. Console. Thank you again, Kathy. You got the Dragonite emote? Ah, I love you. Oh, another thing I'll tell you here, Mr. Jinx. This again has nothing to do with Sigma. This is just straight up Eichenwalde stuff. I'm going to keep going over this literally every time until it is hard-coded into every Overwatch player's brain. There are 2 exits here that you can choose from, right? There's exit 1 and exit 2. To getting back to the point, right? You can come this way and you can come this way, right? 1 and 2. Well, the thing is, once the cart here, see the cart? Once it passes this bridge, once the cart is over here, this exit is no longer an exit that is feasible at all. Don't use this exit. This exit's bait. Why is this exit bait? Why is it bad? Well, let's look at this. Over here, there's always some like Ana, some Hanzo, some Zenyatta. They're just pummeling you. Just destroying you through this doorway. Maybe there's a Widow up here with amazing line of sight and she can just destroy you from here. Amazing lines of sight for the offending team. For defense, you got nothing. And you only have access to a mini. This is just not a good place to be. You walk out, you're getting crushed from all angles. If you go this way, you have access to a Mega. It's right here, 250 HP. And when you walk outside, well, you're protected from the snipers. Never go left. Just don't. Good. Nice. See this Roadhog playing around the edges? Great rock. Yep. Here what you want to do, okay. So a couple of things. Here what you want to do, this fight is pretty much won. Why is this fight won for your team? Math. Just gotta count. How many teammates do you have here? Well, you've got 6. How many enemies are here? There's 3 on point and 1 really injured Hanzo far away. So you're ahead 6v4. Your team should not use a single ultimate here. This is just a free win. You walk in, you beat up the Roadhog, you beat up the Orisa, kill the Mercy, kill the Hanzo, good to go. So you don't want to use ultimates. Always be wary of where the enemy team is and like how many they've got. Also, another thing that's worth checking out. What do you see about the health bars up here? See this? What do you see here? I see a lot of people who are injured, but nobody who's dead. Aside, I mean, these people are full HP because they're coming from spawn, but this is a lot of injury, not much death. So I would suggest for you in your games, you need to start shot calling. This is too much spread damage. That's way too much. If you take all of the damage here, this is like 300, this is 100, this is 100, this is what, 200? That's like 600, 700, 800 damage right here, spread out over 4 people. Nobody's dead for it. If you just take that 800 damage and put it on 2 characters, that 600, that's a dead Roadhog, 200, that's a dead Mercy. Much more valuable. And the only way you gain access to that is just by shot calling. So there's a lot of spread damage here. You no need to use ult. It's not going to help you win this. Also, you solo ulted an Orisa. She presses one button and she cancels your ultimate. She's not worth solo ultimate. So Sigma, don't solo ultimate characters like Mei. Don't solo ultimate Orisa. Don't solo ultimate Reaper or Moira. Any character who can use one skill to cancel your ultimate, don't solo ult them. Another character you don't want to solo ult, please, 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 do not use Flux on enemy McCrees. If you use Flux on a McCree, he will deadeye and kill your entire team. So be very careful about that, okay? Try not to lift McCrees ever. McCree's favorite teammate and enemy in the game is Sigma, right? If the enemies are lifted, he can deadeye and kill them all. If he gets lifted, he can deadeye and kill everybody. So Sigma plus McCree is a deadly combination if used well. Be careful if he's on the enemy team. Also, another thing you need to know here is that when you're nanoed as Sigma, it doesn't, Zarya as well, yeah. Try to use lift on Zarya when you've visually confirmed she has no bubbles, otherwise she'll save herself and you've just given her charge. When you lift, or when you're nanoed rather, the only damage in your ultimate that's increased is your lift. Literally the moment you lift, it does I think like 70 damage or something base, like 50. And then when you slam, it does half of maximum HP, regardless of how much HP they have, right? So, when you're nanoed, your ultimate doesn't change. Effectively, it doesn't change at all. When you're nanoed, you do more damage with your left click. Now, why do Sigmas get nanoed when they do get ultimate? Now, the reason why high-end Sigmas are nanoed when they're using ultimate is because on the way down, they are usually going to land 2 or 3 left clicks. And that does a boatload of damage because they've got high ground, right? They're floating in the air. They've got tons of damage. Also, when you give them nano in the air, it's harder to kill them. And Sigmas, when they're using lift, they become like priority number 1 for everybody. So I'm actually surprised as hell you got away with that lift. You shouldn't have. But you did. So we take those. We take those. Yeah, here, again, doing the same thing. So this is just a map thing. When the cart's here on the bridge, dude, you don't defend over here. You don't defend here. You defend high ground. Now, the reason why you defend high ground, look at this. See where you're defending? The enemy team can walk, like if you're defending here, if you're defending where you're defending, look at this, look at this, look at this. The enemy team can spawn, walk, 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 walk. They can walk to here and then start fighting. Dude, that's way too much. You're giving them way too much here as a main tank. It's just way too much. Way too much. So what you do, my man, you come up here as a team, and you play right here. You play here, and you play here. You play on high ground. And what that does is, when the enemy team walks up here, they have to fight you right here. They have to fight you here. And then if they choose to go out on the low ground, you can pummel them all the way before they get to point, and then you can get to point before them. You know what they're going to lose by the time they get here? That's like no shields, they have no cooldowns, no Zarya bubbles, no grenades out of an Ana, the sonic arrow's wasted, all the cooldowns are gone, their shields are broken, they've got nothing by the time they reach here because you've been destroying them from high ground. Make them pay for the space that you've given them. Now the smart thing for them to do is to come up and come inside castle and then fight you here. If they're smart, that's what they're supposed to do. Remember guys, once the cart crosses the bridge here, if you're an offensive team, you literally never walk this way. Just don't ever do that. Always come through castle, fight here. So if this red team is playing this game correctly, they group up as 6, they push castle, they kill the Junkrat here alone, and they push you guys from behind, and then all of a sudden you're playing back here, and they're taking cart to doorway, and you're just shit out of luck. So you have to take high ground. If you play high ground, you can also prevent them from going into castle, right? Because you have the high ground position over castle. So that's just like where you want to be. High ground here controls the entire space. And if you forfeit high ground, you're at an incredible disadvantage. Just think about, in terms of playing main tank, guys, if you guys are main tank players, really think about where they spawn, where they want to go, and think about whether or not, if you could post up somewhere, like here or here, if that can deny them the easy opportunity to get back to cart, and if you can, like, pummel them at range. What's up, Sea Hunt? What is the bronze thing? Here you go. Check it out, Chuck. It's right here. I'm going to upgrade silver soon. There's some stuff I want to change with it. Yeah, think about making the enemy team pay while they take space. As an attacker, where do you go up? Castle or stairs with the mini where the echo is? Oh, I'm going to sneeze again. So I may not... It's like in my nose. Oh. Wait, what was the question? Sorry, the sneeze is like... Ghost of Christmas past. Jesus. Oh, drink. Drink, drank. Drink, drank, drunk, drunk. So it's an attacker, where do you go up? Castle, stairs with the mini where the echo is. Okay, I can actually tell you. As an attacker, let me get rid of these things. Okay, so as an attacker, all you do is you just don't go first. You can go all sorts of ways. You can go here, that's fine. You can go here, that's fine too. You can even like jump up here and go in through this door. You know this door right here, this window, this door? You can do that too. It's really up to you. The what determines what goes on here is the main tank on your team. Has to push up here. Your two tanks have to push up, push out, and fight here. And then usually the DPS plays inside. Sometimes DPS goes long ways and plays down here. Sometimes they run up and they run out and they come up here and then they fight here. You can also go from here to here. But the tanks want to fight in this space. Tanks want to fight here, and the DPS just pour in and the heal support from the rear. That's usually how this map is played. It's usually how this map is played. You can't really go wrong as long as you're standing behind your tanks as an attacker. If you go on castle and they run through, where does the team go? So yeah, if you're on top of castle up here, this is where you want to be as defense, right? If you're standing up here, you just pummel them, and you're like, oh look, they're going inside castle? Well, okay. And you just come over here, and you stand here. You play here. You play on the backside. You can pummel them a little bit here. You can hit them here. You can hit people inside. They can't really get to you. And then you play here. And if you play here, you kind of have access to high ground behind them. Also, your team can go lengthwise, can go all the way down here. Like your DPS players can go here and play that way. They can even jump down and play from here. You wrap around and push on them as they push in. And then usually the main tank here has to make a decision. What they do is they come out and they push up and then they fight up in here. And then it's just kind of a free-for-all from there. But you can beat them to the cart. Where do heals stand? For defense, castle. Usually back here, stairwell, so you can see flankers and stuff. You play usually right here in the middle. You can also play like here-ish. Play here. This gives you vision. Rotating around, you can also hear people coming through castle. And then when they do come through castle, you back up. You play inside here so that you're protected, you're sheltered. You can't get booped anywhere. You can also play right here. This is an exquisite spot for like an Ana, right? Just look at this. You throw an Ana grenade anywhere here, you can destroy an entire team as they push through castle. Any kind of grenade here can just destroy teams. And then attacking, where do heals stand? Honestly, they just stand here. They just push up behind the tanks and they stand here. And then usually they come up and inside and then they park themselves right here. That's just usually what they do. This is where heals go. It's inconvenient for heals, but that's just how it works here. Okay, Bomber, you take care, my man. Bring those pool noodles. Okay. Okay, my man. I've got something for you. So every time you find a target to left click in this game, every time you find a target to attack as Sigma, you have you noticed that you are pressing W, you're going forward toward your target? And this is some bizarre phenomena that really only exists in console VODs that I've seen. I've never really seen it except one soldier VOD. It was like 800 SR or something like 2 months ago. But console VODs, man, this is something that you guys share in common. And I firmly believe, as somebody who played console Marvel vs. Capcom for years, and has like put a lot of work into figuring out the optimal setup and stuff like that, I firmly believe what I see here, my dude. You're playing on a monitor or a TV. You're too far away from your TV. You're so insistent on pressing W to start attacking your enemies that I think what's going on is that the enemies show up as too small on your screen because you're too far away. So you're naturally pushing your character forward to make them bigger on your screen so it's easier for you. I think you're actually literally just sitting too far away from your screen. That's right, Targrin. That was pretty funny, I remember that. Yeah, this is too close, way too close. This is a better position, good. Yeah, so where you died is where you want to start that fight. You want to start back there, you want to play back there. Sigma can put his shield at a great distance for that exact reason, so that it allows you to play back. Sea Hunt. I think it's going to happen. I think the Marble stream's going to happen. I'm very interested in the newest Blaze Blue. Rev, I think is what it's called. I'm very interested in playing it. Okay. Wow, he got that fast. That's so impressive. Echo Volt. Good. Okay, just back up, pull your shield. Rotate to the left once the dragon fades. Nice. Don't play up, play back. Okay, this hog is going to try to kill you here. No, you don't want to see me play Mortal Kombat, dude. I'm a button masher. So well played, but the mistake that you made here, this death, why did you die here? You died because you miscalculated how much health was coming into you. I think you were kind of playing as if you had two healers pocketing you and maybe another DPS at your side, mitigating some of the damage coming your way. You only had one healer at your back, and I think he or she was probably either reloading or repositioning. And on top of that, you're fighting 1-on-6. All the damage is coming into you. You die here. Your team loses their main tank, and I feel that they have very little chance to fight this point. So this is just a bunch of stagger deaths. A lot of stagger. White chat's mad? What's going on with white chat? Oh no. I'll give him a heart. How about that? Good. Nice, nice hands. Nice shield usage. Excellent rock. Absolutely exquisite rock usage. Nicely done. Your goal here, dude, is to beat the crap out of this Reinhardt. So listen, my man. He has 1600 HP in his shield. Each one of your left clicks does 55 damage. You do 110 damage per left click. Just for some context sake, a Hanzo fully charged left click does 125 damage. An Ashe headshot at range does 110 damage. You are literally a walking Ashe headshot, okay? For every left click. That's how powerful Sigma is. So you here, you just want to just destroy this dude's shield, break his shield, they will retreat and then just push in and take space. That's all you got to do. Nothing fancy. Just break his shield. Yep, use grasp. Nice. Break her down. Oh, she got the res on. That's a shame. Okay, this is good. Just don't go inside and fight him. Wow, that worked out. Yeah, that's a really easy place for him to charge and kill you there. So you got to be very careful. Well played. Good stuff. Yeah. So Doom has some fancy shit. If you guys are Doom players, if you're playing Doom, I can give you a really nice map-specific tip here. I'm also going to give you a nice map-specific ball tip right here. So 2 tips coming your way. Check this out, guys. If you're playing Doom, I high-key recommend that you don't use your ultimate to kill people here. There are 3 options for you here. Check this out. I'm actually gonna draw them. So you have option 1, you have option 2, and you have option 3. Let's put 4 on the floor. Okay, so you've got 4 options for Doom ult here. You can choose to put your ultimate wherever you'd like. I think 4 is the least valuable. This puts you on the floor. Not that great. It's very easy to kill you afterward. If enemies are in position 1 or 2 here, if you have an enemy here or an enemy here, it's a very valuable space to drop your ultimate. Why is that valuable? You're on high ground, less damage is coming your direction, and then when you slam, right, after you come out of your ultimate and you press your E, right, and you go from like high ground to low ground like that, your E already starts with a ton of damage because you've got that verticality built into it already, and so you can follow up your ultimate with a kill. So it's more valuable to drop on high ground here than it is low ground, also for survivability's sake. But you want to be a super dick, go here. Drop on top of this rooftop right here, like literally on this rooftop right here. Use your ultimate, drop here, and then when you land, just chill, drop your E on anyone on point, instant kill for free. This gives you more options. You can be seen from your team for heals. Lots of good stuff from this position. This is a nice little trick, okay? It's a good Doomfist spot. Now, as a defending team, if there's a Doom doing this, you just got to be very wary that he's going to drop on whoever he wants here. So this is a very easy place for him to kill everybody. Now, a hamster tip. You ready for this hamster tip? This is a 4600 hamster tip. If you're playing ball, there's actually a legit hook spot right here. It's one of the most valuable hook spots on this map. It's right here. It's the edge of this thing right here. You hook that as soon as you can from where the camera's positioned right here. Hook it, roll forward, press jump right here, and it'll take you up and around right here, and it'll take you, I'm like following the orbit right here. It'll take you like this, and then you swing back around, and you can just keep doing it. You can keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Now, why is this one valuable? What it does is it gives you the option to, you can do all sorts of options. Watch this, I'll just draw them. You can spin around and come back. That's an option. What that does is it gives you vision of high ground and low ground and high ground over here. You can see everything. You can see what the enemy team is doing with their defense. You can see whether or not they've gathered on high ground, and you can't be shot. It's very hard to shoot you. You can also let go and actually swing onto high ground and slam people. All sorts of good stuff. This is a huge reconnaissance and aggressive maneuver from ball. It's a very low risk, high reward hook position for ball. It's amazing shit. I see it very rarely, but it's really, 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 really good stuff. Super dick. Superman's evil twin. I'm sorry this VOD's taking so long. I'm getting a little too into it. Nice rock. You just keep pummeling, dude. Keep pummeling. Lift. This is a huge lift opportunity. They have no shield. There's no vape on Hog. You see both healers. You just lift these two. Lift. I wouldn't even left click. Yeah. Okay. So another core concept to make Overwatch, to make your Overwatch as successful as it can be. This is for everybody out there. If you see 2 enemies together isolated like this, it's like 2 healers, 2 DPS, 2 tanks, 2 of any specific class. You have a responsibility to use your ultimate to kill them. Killing a third of the enemy team is good, but deleting all of the tanks, or deleting all of the DPS, or deleting all of the heals is exponentially more valuable. I guarantee you that if you lift both healers there, you win this point. Not just this fight, but you win this point for free. Yeah, I agree, Target. Nice. Okay, this is a little too much just chilling. You need to use your shield for your team here. Yeah, dead. It's all good. It's all good. You guys are pushing cart. Definitely wanted to put yourself up on high ground there. Yeah. The big thing though is not using the gravitic flux when there were 4 enemies right there, 2 tanks and 2 healers, and they had no shield, no hook, no vape. What's up, Lucky Luke? Welcome to the channel, my man. Very sweet of you to come by. I hope you're having a great Saturday. Also, Seahund, when I play Mortal Kombat, I get very shit-talky. I shit-talk like crazy in fighting games, man. Like you have no idea. So here we are again. Getting a little lost. Yeah. Good try. I like that you're taking high ground. That's effectively what you're supposed to do. Just make sure you do it with your team. Not alone. Sigma is... When he first came into the game, he was kind of a one-man army. He's not so much anymore. Definitely play with your team. Play those angles for your team. Yeah, Luke, how's your Saturday, my man? I hope it's good. We're just chilling and learning about Overwatch here. Oh my god, that was almost an awful. Yeah, kill the Zarya ASAP, nicely done. This guy has... Yeah, so this guy's gotten Bob 2 fights in a row. What that means, straight up, what it means, that he needs to be taken off high ground. So he's abusing the concept that I drew earlier. By posting up on high ground, it's Ashe here. Right? So you guys played back here. The entire enemy team could walk all the way here and then get to point. And then you'd start fighting. Do you see what the enemy team is doing here? By Ashe playing up on high ground, up here, she's right here actually. She starts pummeling you the moment you walk through here. She starts shooting you here. She's shooting you this entire time. This entire time she's shooting you. So that's how she's building ultimate every fight. How do you stop this from happening? How do you stop it from happening? Well, you come up, you go inside castle. Go inside castle. Go upstairs. Hit her with a shield here. And just walk her down. Just walk her down. Shove her onto low ground. And then pummel her from there. That's how you do it. You just got to get her off high ground. You guys, if you're playing in a game and it's not 4K plus and an enemy DPS is getting an ultimate every fight, it's because you guys are probably mispositioned. 4K plus, you're kind of expected to have an ultimate every fight, but until then, if somebody's doing it, it's because they have really good positioning. Sunday for you now, damn. Hello, future. How's the future, Luke? Is it okay? Yeah. This is just not a great place to be. Just look how much damage your team is taking. Dude, this Ashe is already at 50%. Good lift. Always over predict on the lift because people tend to run away from it, so over predict. Wow, made it work. The lift was what secured the fight here. Nicely done. It didn't have to happen. Well done with the lift. Nicely done with your positioning and your pressure. Really good stuff. It just would have been easier for your team had you taken high ground. And now what's really cool about that is now, dude, when you play Eichenwalde as Sigma, you should feel pretty empowered. Now you're going to know by the end of this VOD, you're going to know every position you should be standing in at all times. Offense and defense. And that'll really up your game. Yeah, rock that. Don't grasp it. Yeah, just... rock that. Use a rock. That's okay, I do that too. Yep, just keep pummeling the diva, bro. Nice. Nicely done. Nice. Just keep going. You're good. Oh, no, you had one more. You had some time then. Okay, small mistake. This is a Sigma tip I'm going to give you. You ready for this? So you guys, if you're playing any kind of splody character, you're playing Junkrat, you're playing Pharah, you're playing Zarya, you're playing Baptiste, you're playing Sigma. You have anything who shoots like an explosion or whatever, watch this. Watch this. I'm literally going to show this to you frame by frame. When you kill a diva, when the mech is broken and opening up, you're going to want to shoot it when it's breaking. Watch. So you break it here. Right now, the mech is dead. You can't hit baby diva. But you can in a hot second. Watch, I'll show you. Bam. See that? You see baby diva right here? You see her right here? So this entire time, this mech is considered a unit by the game. So if you hit it with a Junkrat pipe bomb or a Pharah rocket or a Sigma left click, it's going to explode. Your not the mech, but your attack is going to explode. And you're going to do damage to baby diva as she pops out of the mech. So if you ever watch someone like Emong or Harblu play a Zarya, when they kill a diva, they always hit the diva mech as it's exploding with a right click. So it's the same thing, same concept. As the mech's exploding, if you just time it right, you hit her with a left click, that's 110 damage done to this baby diva. She's got like 20 HP when after that or some shit, you could just punch her down. But instead, so you could have, by hitting her here, by left clicking the mech, she takes damage from your left click, from your attack. But instead, you waited for the mech to go away, and then you decided to attack her. She's super small, super skinny. She is hard as hell to hit. Really, really take advantage of that moment. When you break a mech, left click it, okay? That way you can... She effectively spawns inside the damage and takes the damage, and it sucks for her. How do you avoid that as D.Va? Hold space when you're dying. I did know that, Targrin. That's a video? That's interesting. You did that in a video. You're hedging your bet, hitting the floor. Good. But there you go. You got to over-predict on that lift. You under-predicted. Only got one. Could have gotten 3. Nice rock usage. But there we are again. There you are again. Did you notice what you did there? Oh, these are 2 different colors. One's purple, one's blue. Never knew that. Cool. Heterochromatic. Okay. So what you did here, this is literally what you just did. You walked in, and then you walked around, and then you came back. You don't want to do this. This is not what Sigma does. What Sigma does here is you walk in and you sit on cart, you throw your shield forward, and you use the backboard to hit things with reflections. That's how Sigma works. You're playing your Sigma with your positioning a lot like a Reinhardt. You're going in, you're trying to get in melee range. You chase your enemies a lot by going forward. You got to stop that habit. It punishes you. It's punishing you throughout this game, and it's punishing your team as well. Like, see how you're walking down this Mercy when you're attacking her? See how you're walking down the Ashe here when you're attacking her? Again, here you're walking down the tanks. Now you're walking at the Reinhardt. See that? You walk at your targets. I think you may be sitting too far from your screen. And if that's not the case, stop walking them down. Just play chill. Just play chill. Alright, we're getting back to our team here. Yo, Snowpants, I see that you followed us yesterday. Thank you for that, dude. Yeah. Yep, just chill. What's up, Kabesiv? I think I have you scheduled for today, my dude. Your second VOD. I think it's today, if memory serves. How's your Saturday, my man? So you guys have one push here. You guys are running a Bastion, so it's going to be a little harder on you. But your forward movement playstyle, you play with like momentum. You're just like always pressing forward. It's going to really make it hard for this Bastion to get value. You're running into one as well. Okay, nice. You got that kill. Just play on the backside of card here and break the Rhine. That's all you got to do. Kill the Rhine, break the Rhine shield. See how you're just walking him down? Like, Sigma is paper, Reinhardt is scissors. If you're close enough, he's just going to cut you up like nothing. Play back. Play away from him. You hit your rocks consistently. That's really impressive. Definitely put your shield out here. Even if you don't use it, your team will. Definitely put your shield out. Try to block one of the entrances. Oh yeah, this is, you're too close. You're too close. Nice dodge on the hammer. Well done. But yeah, the big habit you need to break is you go forward too much. Okay, Kabesef. I may have snagged it from before. I may be wrong. You had one earlier this week? Oh, that was the one we did. I just accidentally left you on the thing. That's my bad, dude. Sometimes I mix things up. But yeah, this is, you're playing against a Roadhog, dude. This is way too aggressive. So you want positioning. Like, what do you do? Where do you stand then? What are you supposed to do? So where you're standing now is God tier. This is exactly where you want to stand if you're running double shield. If you're running double shield, this is where you stand. But your team is not running double shield, you're running single shield, you got to stand here. And that's it. There are like no other places for you to stand. You stand anywhere else on this map, you die. Especially against a Roadhog hook. This dude, like, look at where you're standing. This guy, all he has to do is take 2 steps this way, and he can hook you, and he's not exposed to the rest of your team at all. This is a death angle for you. He can kill you without risking like anything. Yeah, you're coming up, Luke. Oh, you punched the Anna. You just punched an old lady? Did you just punch an old lady? You should feel ashamed. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So tips, Mr. Jinx. Props on playing Sigma. Great character. You played him really well. You are damn good with your rock throws. Yes, he is Seahund, I think. So you are damn good with your rock throws, man. You should be very proud of how accurate you are. That's incredible. But as with most of the VODs that we see here, your positioning could use some work. It's actually really exciting. It's not something you should, at the end of this VOD, don't be like, damn, I don't know where to stand. Like, I don't know how I'm playing this game. Like, damn, I'm terrible. Don't think that. This is what you should think. Be like, oh, damn. Okay, so my positioning needs work. Like, you've gotten to this bracket. You've gotten this far into the game, my man, with bad positioning. That's not easy to do. Okay? This is not easy to do. It's not easy to get this far into this game with bad positioning. Once you adjust your positioning, you're going to skyrocket. So all you got to do, in general, you want to play further back. Okay? So I'm going to give you 3 tips here. Just keep these 3 things in your head and work on these 3 things. Number 1, don't play forward like that. Don't play forward and don't walk down your enemies. Play back. Try to hit enemies at maximum range at all times. You don't want to be up close next to people. Sigma sucks at that. Right? Just think about like the floating characters in this game. Echo, Pharah, Zenyatta. If they're in melee range, are they having a good time? No. Sigma is also a floating character. If he's in melee range, does he have a good time? No. So stay back. I think you may be sitting too far from your screen, but that's up to you. I don't know your setup, so maybe consider that. Think about that. You tend to walk down your enemies. Don't do that. So number 1, play back. Number 2, your shield usage is great, to be honest. Your rocks are really good. When you use Gravitic Flux, Sigma's ultimate, here you would use it and then pop it immediately. When you use Sigma's Flux, you have 7 seconds to like float around. Okay, so you don't want to use the equivalent of WASD to maneuver yourself on the controller. That's just your joystick. Don't use your joystick to maneuver yourself. Use your jump and your crouch buttons. If you press jump, you'll go straight up really fast. If you press crouch, you'll float down really fast. So this is what you want to look like. When you use Sigma ult, you want to look like this. Go back and forth and go up and down. That's literally what you look like. You don't want to be shot at. That's number 1 for that part. Also, when you use Sigma ult, give yourself a few seconds to just make a decision. Don't use the ult and then pop it immediately. Give yourself a few seconds. Scare some people. And then lastly, it's important for you to over-predict. When you use it, people scurry. They tend to scurry away from you. So check them out, look where they're going, where they're trying to hide, and then over-predict with your ultimate, and you'll catch them on the flee, on like running away. Once you start over-predicting, all of your lifts will have 3 to 4 people instead of 1 to 2. So make that change, that'll be good for you. And lastly, keep an eye on the kill feed. A few times here you went into fights when your team had already lost the fight or used an ultimate on a lost fight. So keep an eye on the kill feed. Generally the way, like, it's really nuanced depending upon whether or not a fight is winnable or lost. It's really nuanced. It requires a lot of game sense, but the bare bones, like the most basic thing is if you lose 2 teammates when a fight starts, the fight's lost. It's 6v4, you just lost. So that's generally like an easy way to tell whether or not a fight's lost. If you lose just 1, well, maybe you can turn it. But if you lose 2, you're shit out of luck. Just go to the next fight. But yeah. Oh, you guys discussing the stuff? What's up, Bloody? Well, yeah, that's really about it, Reality Jinx. Nicely done with Sigma. Keep playing it, man. You're good. You are very good.